Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about affidavits of due execution. Now, before we start, an affidavit is a sworn statement that is filed with the court during court proceedings. In this context, an affidavit of due execution is required for probate matters. That means a court order to approve a will. Okay, you can watch one of my earlier videos on probate. So, when will the courts require an affidavit of due execution? Well, some of the scenarios will include where the testator, the person signing the will, signs in Chinese and there is no translation clause in the will. So the court is concerned that the testator signed the will without understanding the will. That's why it wants an affidavit, a sworn statement from one of the witnesses that the testator actually understood the contents of the will. Also, for homemade wills, do-it-yourself wills, the courts are more likely to scrutinize the will to look for signs that the testator may not have understood the contents of the will, and that's when, during the probate process, they will require an affidavit of due execution. This would happen when the attestation clause is improperly drafted, or the courts could be concerned that the will was not signed in the presence of the two witnesses at the same time. For example, we have come across wills that were undated or different dates. One witness signs and then dates a first date, another witness that signs it and dated a different date. So the court will be very concerned that there is not witness at the same time in compliance with the Wills Act. That's why they require an affidavit from the witnesses swearing that they were there at the same time and that the witness understood what he was signing. What can you typically find in an affidavit of due execution? Well, if the will was prepared by a lawyer, well, the affidavit will begin by the lawyer saying that he was the one who drafted the will and that he was present. Another thing that will be included were who were the parties who were present in the place of execution of the will. If it is at a lawyer's office, it would state who were present. Other witnesses, other family members. If it was done at home, okay, the affidavit would require them to state which other persons were present during the signing of the will. It will also state the location where the will is signed, and if it's done by a lawyer, the person doing the affidavit, the deponent, will have to also say whether the will was explained to the testator in a different language other than English. And he also have to depose on whether he's fluent in that language and that he interpreted, the lawyer or a secretary interpreted the will to the person in the other language and ensured that the testator understood each and every clause in the will. That's very important. That's a very important clause in the affidavit of due execution. The courts will want the deponent signing the affidavit to swear or affirm, to confirm that the testator understood the will that he was signing. What's the cost of an affidavit of due execution? Because it is an unexpected cost, there is no way that the lawyer or law firm will know whether the court will request for one or not. That's why it is not usually priced together in the original quotation. Sometimes the court may request for it. Sometimes after filing, the court does not request for it. So when you ask the different law firms for quotes, okay, you should also ask them how much extra they will charge for an affidavit of due execution. Usually it will cost between $300 to $600 because it requires drafting of the affidavit. It requires the commissioner, an independent lawyer, to come and witness the signing of the affidavit, and it will incur additional filing fees. So thanks for watching this video on affidavits of due execution.